ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
क्या पता ना लाइन कर दी। बेटे
ऐसे जो मेरे मैं बोलती जाऊँ ना वैसे।
Swati?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
sir has joined.
Okay.
I think
Ma'am,
we can start with the session.
Okay, ma'am.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Yes, sir has joined.
Kailash
Good
bhai, we
morning,
can
sir.
start. Yeah. Okay.
In the words of Swami Vivekananda, don't look back or forward. Infinite energy, infinite enthusiasm, infinite daring, and infinite patience. Then alone can great deeds be accomplished. A very good morning to all of you. With immense pleasure and proud privilege, I, Dr. Swati Sharma, welcome you all on the platform of Navsari Agricultural University for this forward-looking initiative live webinar on agriculture marketing amidst COVID-19 issues and implications, organized by the prestigious Agribusiness Management Institution, ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute, under the esteemed banner of Navsari Agriculture University, Navsari, Gujarat. Navsari Agriculture University is imparting quality agriculture education up to PhD level in all the esteemed faculties of agriculture, horticulture, forestry, veterinary sciences, agribusiness management, agriculture engineering, agriculture biotechnology, fisheries science. At present, there are 10 colleges imparting 7 bachelor's, 45 master's, and 26 doctoral degree programs. Further, there are 25 research centers at 15 locations to carry out the need-based research on mandate crops. As per the ranking of agriculture universities conducted by Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and Navsari Agriculture University ranked 9th in 2017 and 14th in 2018, and we were first among 4 state agriculture universities of Gujarat. The ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute is a response to the changing scenario of Indian agriculture sector. The institute has framed out ambitious two flagship programs, MBA Agribusiness Management and PhD Agribusiness Management, to cater to the needs of agro-industries, banking, retail, NGOs, and various other sectors for the qualified agribusiness professionals. The rise of COVID-19 is an event that has disrupted the lifestyle, occupation, businesses, and on a large scale, the economies. The impact has been immense, and the Indian agriculture has also got the greatest jolt ever. The unemployment, breakdown of supply chain, altered buying pattern, and acute financial crisis are the major challenges world is facing today. Hence, there is an urgent need to have discussion on the present issues. So we thought of focusing on the sector which has strong hold in this pandemic situation, that is our agriculture marketing. And in this regard, this webinar is a platform for introspection and deliberation. This platform would not have been possible without the support of our mentors, speakers, and participants from all over the nation. We are honored by the gracious
मैडम उनका कनेक्टिविटी नहीं है रुचिरा मैडम
म्यूट हो गया है शायद
हाँ मैं करता हूँ हो गया अनम्यूट
We are honored by the gracious presence of President of today's inauguration ceremony and Honorable Vice Chancellor of Navsari Agriculture University, Dr. S.R. Chaudhary, sir. We have on this occasion gracious presence of our distinguished speakers who are thought leaders in their domains and play important role in agriculture reform formation and implementation at ground level. We are honored with gracious presence of Dr. Ramesh Mittal, sir, Director, Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur. Such remarkable contribution is setting of National Institute of Agriculture Marketing Agribusiness Incubator at Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur, to offer unparalleled technical and business mentorship network of industry experts as well as access to the government grants and funding platforms. With his leadership, Chaudhary Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing received Best Agri Incubation Center in India Award by MIT World Peace University, Pune. Till date, under its mentorship, 59 incubates have been trained. Today, sir would give us insight on role of agripreneurship in agriculture marketing. We also have the dignified presence of Dr. K.C. Gumma Gulmat, sir, Director Monitoring and Evaluation, Manage, Hyderabad. He is a visionary leader who was consultant in the preparation of detailed project reports for setting up of terminal markets and project reports for various marketing infrastructure, and was also involved in the preparation of policy papers to the Ministry of Agriculture on various issues related to agriculture marketing. And today, sir would give us insight on a stock taking of agriculture marketing reform during post-COVID period. We also have gracious presence of Principal ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute and webinar convener, Dr. Ruchira Shukla ma'am, who, looking towards the importance of agriculture marketing in this pandemic situation, realized the need of conducting the webinar on this important topic. Last but not the least, we have focal point of today's August gathering, the enthusiastic and ambitious participants of today's webinar from the student fraternity, academia, and industry. We are much delighted on receiving overwhelming response from the agriculture fraternity, and around 600 plus participants were registered from 15 states and showed interest in this webinar. It's a moment of pride for us. To begin, I would request the Principal, ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute and webinar convener, Dr. Ruchira A. Shukla ma'am, to enlighten this August gathering with her welcome address and provide much needed insight on this pioneering initiative. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Dr. Swati. It's my Honorable Vice Chancellor of Navsari Agriculture University, Dr. S.R. Chaudhary, sir. Very eminent and distinguished speakers of our today's webinar, Dr. Ramesh Mittal sir and Dr. K.C. Gumma Golmat sir, esteemed faculty members from the different institutes in the country, from the agribusiness management and marketing arena, as well as the agriculture faculty, participants from the industry, and as well as the student fraternity from the various parts of the country. A very pleasant morning to all of you. On behalf of ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute, Navsari Agriculture University, it's my pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you all in this live webinar on agriculture marketing amidst COVID-19 issues and implications. At the outset, I gratefully welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. S.R. Chaudhary sir, who has been gracious enough to remain present for this webinar in spite of his hectic schedule and various engagements to provide encouragement not just to the organizing team but all the presentees who are attending this webinar. Honorable Vice Chancellor sir is a very dynamic, pragmatic, forward-looking and inspirational leader and is always providing encouragement for all such progressive and learning initiatives. I welcome you, sir. I wholeheartedly welcome the eminent and the distinguished speaker, Dr. Ramesh Mittal sir, Director CCS National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur, who has been kind enough to accept our invitation for being one of the distinguished speaker for the webinar. And he has a very rich and vast experience in the field of agriculture marketing as well as agripreneurship. And today he will be deliberating on this very important topic of agripreneurship. I thank you, sir, for readily accepting our invitation and gracing this webinar. I cordially welcome Dr. K.C. Gumma Golmat, sir, Director, Monitoring and Planning, Manage, Hyderabad, who is also a distinguished speaker for today, and he'll be deliberating and sharing his immense experience on agriculture marketing reforms, which is the talk of the town nowadays, right, of the whole nation. I welcome all the participants from the various parts of the country, right from the Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh to Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand, as well as from the Jammu and Kashmir to the southern states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Kerala. We received a very overwhelming response in the initial days as we floated the brochure and received more than 600 registrations from across India from the faculty, students, as well as industry. It shows the interest and the relevance of this particular topic of agriculture marketing in this COVID-19 time period. I welcome and thank all the participants for showing this great interest in this webinar. Today, when the whole world is grappling with COVID-19, there are two major worries that concern us all. The first being the health of the India's large population and how to minimize the extent of damage. And second, what will be the future of our business after the pandemic eases. COVID-19 is likely to have a widespread, deep, and prolonged impact on every sector and segment. Given that agriculture, which accounts for the 60% of our aggregate employment in the country, and where the 85% of the farmers are small and marginal, there is a fair degree of concern that what is going to happen in the future, especially post this life-threatening disease. And at this point, it is also important to know that even in such crisis, agriculture took the center stage because food can never go out of business. After all, it is the basic necessity for our survival. Although most of the restrictions of the lockdown spared and exempted agriculture and allied sector, but these disruptions have affected the long value chain between the cultivators and the consumers. We saw the wholesale prices of the produce falling while the retail prices going up of many agricultural commodities, and the producers struggling to find the buyers for their produce. Although we are now heading towards the unlock 2, but yet the factors like subdued demand, constrained logistics, unpredictable consumer behavior, and reduced buying power, as well as the shortage of manpower, will follow in the coming time. Amidst this gloom, are there any innovative and practical solutions to aid the farm sector in general and the farm producing marketing to be specific? The objective of our today's webinar is to talk and discuss about these innovative approaches as well as reforms that we require in the agri value chain and marketing to reduce the fallout of COVID. There are many challenges, but at the same time, there are several opportunities which have opened up doors for us. We are seeing the demand for the household, demand for the staples and perishables has increased, especially in urban areas. Entrepreneurs have also used various aggregation solutions using the WhatsApp, social media. Farmer producer organizations in many parts of the country, they are facilitating the farm gate, direct farm gate fulfillment and direct marketing to the housing societies. And government has also collaborated with various agri startups and FPOs to create a robust farm to fork supply chain. We have seen the rise of digital marketing, social marketing, direct marketing in agriculture as well as new models during this period of time. Government of India and the state governments in many parts of the country, they have taken up very proactive, laudable, and very aggressive efforts, initiatives, policy decisions, as well as the marketing reforms, which were long due from much time, and they can be the game changer in agriculture if they are implemented in the true spirit. So with these words, I expect and hope that this webinar will be able to deliberate, and we will be able to deliberate and discuss on these issues, and so as to find out the innovative and practical solutions to provide the farmers market access, as well as to ensure the food security for all, and also to preserve the livelihood of the farmers. So I once again welcome all the distinguished, our Vice Chancellor, our distinguished speakers, and the esteemed participants and faculty members of our university, as well as the other universities of the country, and all the student fraternity also who have shown immense response in this webinar. Welcome you all, and I hope that you have a great webinar and a session today. Over to you, Dr. Swati.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, Thank you very much, ma'am, for extending a warm welcome with your enlightening words. You have highlighted two important problems of today, that is health issue of the population and future of our businesses. And surely the objective of webinar is to come out with some solutions. So thank you, ma'am. Hope we will it will give the solutions to us at the end. Organizing an event of such a scale and vision requires immense support. The Honorable Vice Chancellor has been gracious enough to provide us with the right guidance, leadership, and direction. Time and again, he has encouraged the university fraternity, which has proved to be very valuable. I would therefore humbly request Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. S.R. Chaudhary, sir, to grace us with his presidential address. Sir, please.
Namaskar and good morning to all of you. Now, once again, it is a good morning and great moment for anyone Osari to organize the live webinar on agriculture marketing amidst COVID-19 issues and implications. So first of all, I take this opportunity to congratulate and thank Dr. Ruchira Shukla, Dr. Swati, and entire team for organizing such a wonderful webinar and very, very relevant topic, because we as a citizen of the India, we have witnessed what has happened over last few months in India, in Gujarat, and in even in whole world, what has happened. Because now you see, before December, the things were different. Suddenly, coronavirus and COVID-19 coronavirus surfaced, and nobody was prepared for such type of situation, and suddenly things changed. In India too, in comparison to the rest of the world, we had a little more time and we were mentally prepared for facing the COVID-19. So the conditions in India are comparatively better than the rest of the world. This is the one thing. Now the second thing, even our medical team was not prepared. Our medical health facilities were not up to the mark. Now it was the responsibility of our government to first save the life of every citizen of our country. Okay, so after that, what has happened? We witnessed everything. The first thing, nobody was prepared. 24th, of the March, and there was the complete lockdown in our country. We were not prepared. Farmers were not prepared. Transport was suspended. Markets were suddenly closed. But what happens with the farmers? The crop, we cannot stop the crop from growing. We cannot stop maturing of the maturity of the crops. That is the natural process. It goes on. The farmers was much worried what to do with the crops, what to do with the processing of the what to do, how to go for the harvesting because of the migration of the labor from particularly from the Gujarat, Maharashtra, and other developed states of our country too. This was the one of the challenge. Transport was the major challenge. Markets were closed. No, there was nobody was there to take the farm produce. And as far as the grains and other things are concerned, yes, farmers stored and saved those crops. But what about the vegetables and fruits? The farmers growing the vegetables and fruits were largely hit. And even if you see the production and utilization of our produce of our own farm. So as far as the seed production of Navsari Agriculture University was concerned, we achieved our target, but we could not sell our vegetables and fruits. Particularly if you might have seen on the television, because the Navsari Agriculture University it is on the western coast of our country, and it is nearby Surat. And this area is known as the horticulture bowl of the state. And here you will find the decades old orchards of the sapota and mango. And during this season, during the period of the lockdown, the farmers growing the sapota were affected the most. Why? Because the sapota is again a very, very perishable item. Within few days, it is totally lost. So, and on the other hand, harvesting of the sapota requires these labors, and labors were not available. Number one. And number two, there was nobody to take the sapota. So if you see even only the Navsari and Valsad district of the South Gujarat, only the two districts, there was loss of 8 to 10 tons of the sapota per day. Now suddenly a few this innovative farmers and leaders approached to us. So what to do with the sapota? But at 11th hour we cannot come with any technology. At 11th hour we cannot go for any processing of the processing of the sapota, that to the large quantity of the sapota, 8 to 10 tons per day. There are the many families, many farmers who process, who have adopted the primary processing of the sapota. They are able to prepare a wide range of the products from the sapota. But during the short span and large quantity of the sapota, it was not possible to handle that quantity. So similarly, there are the many stories. So dear students, particularly the participants, there are at present 213 participants have already joined. So I welcome all the participants, and particularly I wish to talk to them. During our lockdown, when we glued to the TV, there was various interesting news, and one of the news from the Khera district, where the farmers cultivated the quality watermelon, and when he approached to the market for selling his produce, that is the watermelon, the market was ready to offer only 3 to 5 rupees per kg watermelon. So farmer decided, the farmers was little bit educated. So what he did, he uploaded his details and photographs of the quality watermelon on Facebook. And within 7 days, he sold all the watermelon, and that too 1 to 2,000 kg of the watermelon per day. So this is the small success story. Similarly, many farmers have successfully utilized the various social media, maybe the Facebook, we also received the many messages from the on the WhatsApp group. Suppose you want the milk, you call this number. You want the grocery, you call this number. If you need vegetables, fresh vegetables, call this number. So our farmers are also very, very smart. But only thing, uh, being the backbone of the agriculture, what we can do, or what are the responsibilities of the agriculture universities. Till date, we have been successfully developed that various technologies for enhancing the productivity, for protecting the crop. We have the technologies for water irrigation, for water management, or integrated pest management, nutrient management, harvesting, etc., or even the post harvesting technologies too with us. But still, we need to take these technologies to the farmers, and particularly the farmers who is staying in the remotest part. This is one of the challenge. But at the same time, I congratulate organizers, Dr. Ruchira and entire team, for inviting the person like Dr. Ramesh Mittalji, who is the director CCS, National Institute of Agriculture Marketing Jaipur. So I heartily welcome you, sir. Namaskar. आप नवसारी कृषि यूनिवर्सिटी में हम आपका स्वागत करते हैं, एंड आई एम थैंकफुल टू यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग द हैंड्स ऑफ विद द NAU Navsari. Am I audible? Am I audible, Swati?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So thank you very much, sir. And these are the great moments of NAU Navsari. So it is the great moment for me too, because I am sharing the e-dias or e-platform with you. So welcome to Navsari. And I also welcome and thank Dr. K.C. Guma Golmatji, who is the Director Monitoring and Planning, Manage Hyderabad. So dear participants, you are fortunate to have two such persons who are the master in the field, and and you are fortunate to cherish and relish every moment of the seminar. So I will not talk much about the seminar, the title or everything, because my subject is different, and I'm not. I usually, in fact, if you see, there are 223 participants and now 8 and 7% on the organizing side. So probably I am the person who knows the least about this subject. Okay, so I do not come in between. And on behalf of NAU, I once again welcome all of you, and I thank this, particularly the eminent persons like Dr. Mittalji and Dr. Golmatji. So, sir, once again I welcome you, and I hope whenever Dr. Ruchira or any faculty member of NAU Navsari approaches to you, kindly help them, and our students will be grateful to you, and we all will be grateful to you, and we will be looking towards you for even in future too, for organizing such program. So, and even and I also take this opportunity to assure you, as and when you need our platform, as and when you wish to visit NAU Navsari, it is your own home. Anytime you are most welcome. So once again, I thanks to organizers, and welcome you all. Enjoy each and every moment of webinar, and try to take maximum from these two tall persons, stalwart of the subject. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
So for your motivating words and constant inspiration, thank you so much. And thank you, sir, for highlighting the challenges which the fruit bowl of Gujarat is facing today. Sure, we'll come up with some solutions in common in this webinar. Thank you, sir. Now let's start together to listen to our eminent experts to identify, to resonate, and ideate the challenges and way forward across agriculture marketing in overcoming present pandemic situation. Due to present pandemic situation, agriculture marketing plays an important role, not only in stimulating production and consumption, but in accelerating the pace of economic development. Despite all of this pandemic situation, the Indian agriculture marketing system has been going through several challenges that have affected the growth and sustainability of the agriculture sector. In this regard, we have amongst us eminent expert from agriculture fraternity, Dr. K.C. Gumma Golmat sir, Director Monitoring and Evaluation Manage, Hyderabad. I would take this opportunity to give brief introduction about sir. Dr. K.C. Gumma Golmat sir is an accomplished agriculture economist with specialization in agriculture marketing and supply chain management. He served in University of Agriculture Sciences, Dharwad for 7 years, followed by 8 years of service with National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur. Later, he joined Manage Hyderabad as Deputy Director Monitoring and Evaluation, and presently he is working as Director Monitoring and Evaluation in the Manage Hyderabad, India. He has been actively associated with various ICR-funded research projects on contract farming, role of regional rural banks in agriculture credit, and animal-based farming system. As a part of consultancy, Dr. Gumma Golmat sir was involved in the preparation of DPR for setting up of terminal markets as well as various marketing infrastructure in India. He is involved in the preparation of policy papers to the Ministry of Agriculture on various issues relating to agriculture marketing. He has conducted several training programs and delivered sessions on various issues such as linking farmers to market, contract farming, etc. His notable achievement in NIAM was preparation of agriculture marketing master plan for Royal Government of Bhutan. He had visited various countries like Bhutan, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. for several learnings and research assignments. Now I would like to request Dr. K.C. Gumma Golmat sir to enlighten us on the topic, a stock taking of agriculture marketing reforms during post-COVID period. Sir, kindly enlighten us.
Thank you, Dr. Swati. Is it audible?
Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
audible, sir.
Very good morning to all of you. In fact, I am overwhelmed by the presence of Honorable Vice Chancellor because, for a event like webinar, Vice Chancellor is appearing means it is something notable, and I'm happy to hear from him many of the things. So friends, in my presentation, basically I'm going to give a bird's eye view of whatever reforms or a journey of agriculture marketing that has gone through in our country. Shall I share the PPT?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Kindly share.
So, well, friends, we all know agriculture is at crossroads, especially during this pandemic period.
Sir, F5, sir. F5, sir.
The full screen. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, agriculture is at crossroads, as I told, especially during this pandemic period. Of course, on a happy note, I can say that agriculture is the least affected by COVID period, because I have gone through several blogs and studies for this pandemic period. What is the status of agriculture during this pandemic period? But nevertheless, small and marginal farmers, they are affected. So I'll just go through the few facts about Indian agriculture. All of you know, Indian agriculture has achieved an impressive growth after independence. We are able to produce around 300 million metric tons of food grains and around 350 million tons of fruits and vegetables. And we are first in production of many crops for that matter. So only thing, our presence in international market is very less, very meager, I can say. Hardly 2% of the agriculture export Indian agriculture commodities are commanding. So that is the situation. So here some of the figures are there, which I will not go into the details. We are first or second in production of many commodities. Of course, for internal consumption also we need a lot of food grains and all that. So we are meeting the internal requirement. Rest, share of agriculture, as I told, in international market is around 2% only. And now coming to this agriculture marketing, friends, it's around 150 years old history. See, earlier marketing used to happen locally. Even exports were there before this regulation of agriculture marketing, but it was all informal arrangement. Now, agriculture marketing was regulated way back in 1886 in Karanja Cotton Market in Akola district of Maharashtra. The first Hyderabad residency order was passed by the then British government, this move was because of anxiety from the Britishers, because they wanted a raw material for their industries back at UK. So that's why they thought that how to aggregate this produce. So they found out a way to regulate the marketing of agriculture produce through this first ordinance. And this ordinance was followed by the Bearer Cotton and Grain Marketing Act 1897. And then Royal Commission on Agriculture also recommended setting up of these agriculture market or regulating the marketing of agriculture produce. Now the basic aim of this regulating agriculture marketing was to give a better price to the farmers. That is one. Second thing is to assure the timely payment to the farmers. So the third one is correct payment. So there are some malpractices prevalent in the traditional market. So these three objectives were the main aim of regulating the marketing of agriculture produce by Britishers. They said so, but they wanted a raw materials back at their home. So that is the reason why this regulation was brought in. Now, after independence, since agriculture is a state subject, so all the states, they implemented this State Agriculture Produce Market Regulation Act. Popularly, we call it as APMR Act. So most of the union territories, states, barring Kerala and Tripura, all the other states, they enacted this act. So gradually, setting up of these wholesale markets started during this period, and as on date, we have around 7,200 regulated markets, including principal markets and sub-yard markets, which are functioning in the country. As I told, the basic objectives of this regulated markets were to ensure the remunerative price to the farmers, correct payment, and ensure prompt payment, basically to prevent the farmers from exploitation under the in the hands of the middlemen. Now you can see the phase of setting up of these agriculture markets, especially from 1970s onwards, it took a momentum. In 2018, we have something like 7,114 markets. So now setting up of such wholesale market is stagnant because of various reasons that I will tell you in the ensuing part of my session. No doubt, the regulation of agriculture marketing brought in some good practices, but at the same time, the system suffered from various dysfunctional aspects. One among them is area served by the market. As per the recommendation of Royal Commission on Agriculture, farmers should not travel beyond 80 square kilometers. That is 4 kilometers. That was the recommendation of Royal Commission on Agriculture, except this Delhi and then Haryana, Punjab, and West Bengal. In all other states, the farmer was traveling beyond 4 kilometers or 80 square kilometers for that matter. So this is one of the dysfunctional aspect. Now, important thing what I would like to tell you, dear participants, is that in the process, the value chain, a lot of intermediaries crept into the system. Now you can see in the first graph, this study was conducted in Niyam for apple in Himachal Pradesh. Now you can see one interesting thing. When farmer is getting around 3.3 rupees, consumer is paying around 11.6 rupees. It's almost 4 times what farmer is receiving. Now you can see trader, without doing anything, he is getting more than the farmer. Likewise, wholesalers, retailers, they are all garnering the profit. I don't say middleman should not be there. Middleman should be there, but he should not take away undue profit. So this was another dysfunctional aspect of regulated marketing. Similarly, you can see the second graph there. If farm gate prices are 100 rupees, for milk, consumer is paying around 160. For fish, he is paying around 220 rupees, and for fruits and vegetables, it is 350. Milk, having an organized supply chain, so consumer is paying very reasonable price. But in case of perishables, again the situation is very grim. Now, rural periodical markets are there, around 22,000 markets are there, out of which more than 70% of them, they are not organized and they lack in infrastructure. Basically, they are run on the street or roads below the tree. So this kind of a situation is there for rural periodical markets. Now, market infrastructure is concerned only the construction of road was up to the mark. The rest of the infrastructures they were lacking. This is another dysfunctional aspect of this regulated market. Especially if you look into the cold storage, hardly 8% of the APMCs in our country they have a storage facility for perishables. So looking into all these dysfunctional aspects and lacunas in the agriculture marketing system, policy level people they started thinking why not to go for a reforms in agriculture marketing, because already it is more than 100 years old, and of course it gave a point for aggregation of the farmers, and farmer found a place to sell his produce. But nevertheless, to overcome these inadequacies, reforms were thought of in the early 2000. So these are some of the reasons which I have quoted here for going for a reforms in agriculture marketing. Monopoly of APMCs because traders were not allowed to buy outside the market, then inadequacy of agriculture marketing infrastructure, then fragmented supply chains, high marketing cost, high transaction cost, long marketing channels, then limited access to market, poor access to information. This was one of the crucial aspects where farmers had no information on price of the commodities which they sell. Then lack of national and integrated markets, because agriculture is a state subject. So that's why there was no common national market. Of course, now with the onset of ENA, that dream will be coming true in Indian agriculture. Then poor price realization by farmers. Already have given an example how the farmer is getting a low price. Now, of course, so this need for reforms, I have put it in a graphical form, already have discussed. Now, the main reason why we should go for reforms is another issue, another policy initiative by Government of India in the year 2016, that is doubling of farmers' income by 2022. This is a flagship program of Prime Minister of India. So in view of this, whatever reforms in agriculture marketing they are taking place, they assume an importance, because basic aim of our policy makers or academicians, so people like us, is to increase the income of the farmer, because he is the most vulnerable section in the economy. Now, I will give a bird's eye view of how this marketing reform started. In the year 2001, an expert committee on agriculture marketing, popularly it is known as a task force in agriculture marketing, under the chairmanship of Shankarlal Guruji. Incidentally, he belongs to Gujarat. A committee was set up, and they came up with a recommendation that we should go for an amendment of Agriculture Produce Market Regulation Act, which is in place in several states. So as a result, the Model Act came into being. The Model Act came into being in 2003. So in 2003, they promulgated allowing alternative marketing system like contract farming, retail chain linkage, then farmers market, and they recommended removal of certain restrictions in Essential Commodities Act and several acts. So for this, model APMC rules were framed in 2006, and it was circulated to all the states for implementation. But as usual, we got a very poor response from the states. They were not implemented in the right spirit of Model Act 2003. The recommendations were loosely implemented, or some of the states they went back for not implementing these provisions of this Model Act of 2003. Later on, to overcome this weakness, Committee of State Ministers on Agriculture Marketing Reforms, it was set up in the 2013. Again, they persuaded the state governments to implement in the right spirit, but that also didn't see a day of light. In fact, many state agriculture marketing ministers, they agreed in the meeting, but when they went back, it was not implemented in the right spirits of provisions of Model APMC Act. Yeah. So as a result, what Government of India thought is, let us have a common market. So as a result, national agriculture market. Yeah.
We can start.
National agriculture. Shall I continue?
Yes, sir.
National Agriculture Market, that is popularly known as ENAM. So this initiative was taken, and presently around 585 markets are under the ambit of this ENAM. This also didn't suffice. So many states they came forward, many states they remained idle. So as a result, one more set of reforms was introduced, that is called as Agriculture Produce and Livestock Marketing Promotion and Facilitation Act 2017. In short, it is called as APML Act. So here also many states they did not come forward for implementation. Of course, I'll give you the status in the form of a graph there. Yeah, some marking is appearing on the PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, sir. Somebody. Sir, please once again
okay.
Start your PPT, sir. Once again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Kailash ji, you have disabled sharing.
Yeah, sir. I give the share, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
So another set of reforms in the form of APML Act 2017 was promulgated, but as I told, again, the state government did not come forward. So as a result, looking into this pandemic COVID-19 and disruptive situation in the country, government came up with two ordinance, very recent ordinance. I think all of you might be knowing that. The Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance 2020. One more ordinance was the Farmers Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Service Ordinance 2020. In detail, I am going to discuss about these reforms. Yeah, of course. Now, initial reforms, the status I am going to reveal you. Adoption by the states and union territories, it was varying in a pace as well as quality of legal provisions. Around 21 states and union territories, they have made a provision for private markets in their acts, and 11 have notified rules thereunder. So this is a situation. And 22 states have made a provision for direct marketing in their acts, and 14 have notified the rules under there. 18 states and union territories, they have amended their acts to provide the mandatory requirements for ENAM. Only 7 states, they don't have an act. So on the front of ENAM, of course, the overwhelming response is there from even states like UP also, because UP was not implementing the Model Act in the right spirit. But in the case of ENAM, maximum markets are there from Uttar Pradesh. Yeah, so reforms were restrictive. To quote an example for better understanding of the participants, Andhra Pradesh, the then undivided Andhra Pradesh, it provided for setting up of private markets, but it said that there should be an isolation distance of some 8 kilometers from APMC. So if there is an isolation distance of 8 kilometers from APMC, it will not serve the purpose. There should not be restriction on the lines of this. So this is how the patchy and more cosmetic reforms initiatives were taken by the states. Now, under the liberalized trade regime, we need to gear up the states and motivate the states for coming forward for adoption of such reforms. Now, let us discuss about Model APML Act 2017. Now, I told you why this act was promulgated in 2017, because many states, they did not implement this 2003 in a right spirit, and many acts were not wholesome and facilitative. So that's why many provisions of wholesome and facilitative models that were required to enhance the farmers' income, they were incorporated in the Model APML Act of 2017. Now, provisions in Model APMC Act 2003, they lacked in a clarity on mandatory reforms required for e-national market also. So, friends, you can see here, in 2016, doubling farmers' income was announced. As a complementing factor, this 2017 Model APML Act was brought in, mainly to facilitate the doubling of the farmers' income. Yeah, so many people, they were involved in this drafting, which I will not go into the details. I'll just go through the salient features of Model APML Act 2017. The main aim of this APML Act 2017 was to develop a unified market, declare warehouses or cold storage as a deemed market. So now you can just imagine the merits lying in this provision. If farmer wants to sell it from the warehouse, that warehouse itself is treated as a market, or cold storage is treated as a market. Then powers and functions of again these lines are
तो वो
appearing.
कुछ नहीं कर सकता.
सर इसमें मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता. कोई कोई है ना सर कर रहा है उसका वो हम डिटेक्ट कर रहे हैं उनको.
अच्छा ये
Sorry for the
फिर से-
inconvenience.
नो नो
सर फिर से शेयर कीजिए, फिर से
Yes,
शेयर
sir.
कीजिए, क्योंकि ये सारा मैंने आपको दिया है. अगर आपको मैं नहीं देता हूँ तो वो दूसरे को भी नहीं दे सकता, ऐसा है.
अच्छा हाँ ओके
सर फिर से शेयर कीजिए सर.
हाँ ठीक है. Some miscreants they are doing it I believe.
सम
Yes,
एनीमी
sir.
सर.
उसको बोलने थोड़ा तुझे बोल तू बोल दे सर को स्टॉप कर दे और तुम एक इंस्ट्रक्शन देके डोंट वर्क ऑन द स्क्रीन.
If you will work on the screen, we'll again remove you from the webinar. That's a warning. We have identified who all are doing it. So if it's again happen, we'll remove you from the webinar.
रिमूव ही नहीं, सजा भी करेंगे.
That's not an ethical one. And we have eminent speakers who have shared valuable time with us, and we cannot do this in front of them. So we have already identified the names who are doing this. We have put it on the chat also. So kindly all those names, please, again, we'll put into some action on you.
Swati ji, can I proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry for the
So,
inconvenience. sir.
No issues, no issues. Such people will be there, 1 or 2%. Let us not bother about them. Yeah, anyway. So, some of the provisions which I just wanted to let you know, audience. Public and private sector markets, they were placed at a level playing field. Means private people can also start their own market. Bulk purchasers, processors, then exporters, organized retailers, consumers, they can integrate with the producer. They can have a backward agreement with the farmers and procure for the produce. Then important provision is multinational institutes can invest in agriculture marketing. That was another provision in this APML Act 2017. Market fee and marketing charges, they were rationalized because since it is a state subject, some of the APMCs, they were charging very high market fee and charges. The states like Punjab and Haryana charges were heavy. So now in this act, they said that the market charges and fees should be uniform throughout the country. Then of course, provision for deregulation of fruits and vegetables that took place, they were kept out of the ambit of market fee. So this move was done in order to facilitate smooth supply of fruits and vegetables. Otherwise, if they are subject to market fee, again they have to wait there, pay the market fee, and it was adding to the cost as well. So that's why this provision was brought. Then one more important move was unified single trading license. So at one place in a state, a trader can take a license and operate in the entire state. And another important point here is single point levy of market fee. Earlier, whenever a trader purchases in one market and trying to sell in another market, double market fee was charged. So now that has been taken out by passing the single point levy of market fee. So these are some of the important provisions of this Model APMC Act 2017. I just wanted to bring it as a notice of audience here. So this is the overall status of this APML Act 2017. Already I have discussed these issues, and some of the provisions were adopted by a few states, progressive states, like a single trading license was adopted by 22 states, single point levy of markets was adopted by 22 states, direct marketing and setting up of market by the private sector, 21 states. Now, unified markets, only one state, Karnataka was having, but now we have around 17 states on the board for this ENA. So this I will go through. This is the status. When I share the PPT, you can just have the details of this. Each provision, each state, what is the status I have depicted here? State like, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Karnataka, then Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat. So they are quite ahead compared to other states in the implementation of these reforms. But nevertheless, there were some lacunas even this APML Act 2017. Okay, so that's why Government of India came up with the concept of NAM. We all know what is this National Agriculture Market. This is a virtual platform where APMCs functioning in the country are networked through, with the help of this ICT. So a person sitting in Chennai can bid for a produce of Delhi. So that was a concept which was envisaged. In fact, before this ENAM, Karnataka in the year 2013, it implemented this unified marketing, of course, confined to Karnataka state. Based on this model only, policymakers, they thought of implementing it at national level. So that's how ENAM, started its functioning on April 14, 2016. With the address of Honorable Prime Minister, this project was launched. As I told, it's a parallel marketing structure, but it's a device which can create a national network, and of course, it seeks to leverage the physical infrastructures of the markets. Now there will be more competition, more number of traders will participate in this, and logistics and all it will be looked after by the market wherein the produce is sold. So why NAM is necessary? We already told. The present marketing system is suffering from a lot of lacunas. Transaction costs on moving produce from one market to another market within the state and outside the state, it was very high. Now, for better understanding of the audience, I will quote an example here. Like for example, Nasik market onion, it is going to Delhi Azadpur market and it is coming back to Bhopal market. So this is unnecessarily involving long transportation distance, and transaction cost is also increasing. With the advent of this NAM, a person sitting in Bhopal, he can bid for a onion in Nasik market. So that is a concept and merit which is there in the e-national market. So these are some of the conditions for joining NAM, which I will not go into the details. This is all for the policymakers of the states. Then how it was operationalized, already I have discussed it with in detail. Only point I want to make here is, in the year 2016, around 200 markets joined. In 2017, around 200 markets. And in the year 2018, around 185 markets they joined. So in all, 585 markets they joined ENAM. Of course, now you can see here, Bihar, Karnataka, Kerala and other states in the gray area they have shown. They have not joined ENAM. Bihar, of course, it repealed the Agriculture Produce Market Regulation Act. So that's why there is no question of any market joining the e-national market. Karnataka, it has its own platform. So I believe entire platform will be linked to the ENAM in coming days. But recently I heard that some 7 markets have been identified to join ENAM as well. So they want to run parallelly both the conditions, I believe. So around 1.6 crore farmers they have registered. Now important thing is farmer producer organization have been allowed to operate and sell through this ENAM. That is one significant policy initiative taken by Government of India, because farmer producer organization is one tool, aggregation tool, which provides level playing field with a trader or any corporate company. So some 1,000 farmers, 10,000 farmers, they organize together. There will be economies of scale, reduction in transaction cost. All those issues, merits are there with these FPOs. To facilitate this 2017 Act, the Model Contract Farming Act 2018 was passed, but it could not see the light of the day because only 2 states were able to adopt this act. The basic aim of this Contract Farming Act was to enhance the productivity, cost efficiency by introducing the corporate management, then assured market and pre-agreed price. Then once the corporate field is involved, they will provide all sorts of infrastructure. That's how there will be reduction in post-harvest losses. That was the assumption. Of course, it is in reality also. Then they thought that there will be a creation of jobs by investment by the private companies. Then these contract farming firms, they will assure the supply of raw materials to various industries. Now, on the front of farmers will get a better extension services, and is accessible to quality seeds. There will be scale of economy. no search for market, no question of price fluctuations, and then he will get a optimum value of the produce. Then shortening in supply chain, because as all of you know, in terms of post-harvest losses, we are losing around 90,000 crores annually. So even if we save 50% of it, that's a big thing. With the introduction of this contract farming concept, we can reduce the supply chain as well as post-harvest losses. Then we can attract the investment. Again, supply in the desired quantity and quality will be there for consumer as well. So both the interest of corporates, farmers, and consumer was kept in mind while passing this Contract Farming Act. So some provisions already have discussed here, and yeah, as I told, Tamil Nadu Assembly it passed this Contract Farming and Service Act, and the other state was Odisha. Of course, I have not mentioned here. Punjab is also thinking to have a separate Contract Farming Act way back in 2013, but so far they have not made any rules in this regard. So this was a minuscule response from the states. So that's why now Government of India looking into this pandemic situation as well as poor performance of various reforms which I mentioned throughout this session. It came to a conclusion that we should pass the ordinance and make agriculture marketing as a central subject. As a result, till recently in June, the Government of India passed two ordinances, important ordinances. The first one is the Farmer Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance 2020. The second one is
Sir, you are audible.
Yeah, audible. Yeah. Yeah, second ordinance I'll discuss later on. Yeah. So this trade and commerce ordinance, what it contains, I'll give you in detail, because looking into the supply chain disruption in pandemic period, this ordinance was brought. So here in this ordinance, there is it is mandatory for traders to make payments to the farmers on the same day or within maximum of 3 working days. So this provision has been made to ensure farmer to get money immediately, because during this pandemic period, there is no other source of income for the farmers. He cannot wait for 15 days or 1 week time. And it also provides for establishment of an electronic trading transaction platform for facilitating interstate or intrastate trade of scheduled farmer produce in the trade area. Trade area, what is the trade area? I will tell you in the next this one. Farmers produce here includes all the primary produce, be it food grains, vegetables, fruits, sericulture produce, fisheries, and all that. Now, trade area, as defined under section 2M of this ordinance, means a place of production, can be a trade area, collection and aggregation points, including farm gate, that can be traded area, factory premises, that can be a trade area, warehouses, silos, cold storage, or any other structure or place from where the trader procures the produce from the farmer. So these are the trade areas defined in the ordinance. Now, from this trade area, APMC and private markets, they have been excluded. Now, it means that APMCs, they are confined to a trade within the boundary wall. So they don't have any say outside the boundary wall of a market. Now, this is an aim to curb the restrictive and monopolistic trade of APMCs. Of course, on the other hand, it is also a big question mark on survival of APMCs, because so far APMCs, they relied on market fee, they earned income, and they were maintaining the services to be provided and their employees and all that. So there's a big question mark on this aspect of APMCs. And one more important provision of this ordinance is no market fee or cess or levy under any state APMC Act. So it means that after passing of this ordinance, all other initial reforms, APMC Acts, they come to standstill. They cease to exist now. So that is the meaning of this ordinance. And it has got a penal provision to safeguard the farmer's interest, means private traders will be penalized if they indulge in any malpractices with the farmer. And another provision in this ordinance is under section 14(2), if a sponsor fails to make payment of the amount due to the farmers, then there is a dispute redressal mechanism. So this consists of a sub-divisional magistrate at dispute redressal mechanism, and at appellate level, district collector will be the appellate authority. And of course, a lot of restrictions have been removed through this ordinance with regard to Essential Commodities Act, and many other restrictions and exemptions were given for the movement of the agriculture produce. Besides, it provides framework for protection and empowerment of the farmers with reference to the scale and purchase of the farm products. Means farmer can themselves aggregate into a farmer producer organization or make a group or whatever form of group is there, and then enter into an agreement with the traders. So this provision will enable the farmers to have a more bargaining power. That provision has been given in this ordinance. And of course, this agreement should mention few of the items like duration of agreement, exemption from existing laws. Then what is the pricing mechanism? This is very crucial. See, while framing the rules, in fact, this job was given to manage. While framing the rules, we thought of three mechanisms for pricing based on the market price, predetermined price, and guaranteed price. So these were the three prices which we suggested to Government of India. So if it is a market price, private players can assure the farmers 10 to 15% more than what market price is there, so that the fluctuations in the prices are also taken care. Because in the event of shortfall in the price, then traders may procure it in open market. In the case of a steep hike in the price, farmer may sell it in the open market. So in order to avoid this conflict, 10 to 15% premium price was suggested in this. Now, the second category is predetermined price, where farmer and private players, they have to stick to the price agreed upon each other mutually. So this is one of the important provision of this ordinance. So these are the two ordinances during this pandemic period Government of India has promulgated. This is a good move, but only thing, there are apprehensions by some of the experts that it will affect the federal structure, because agriculture is state subject, whereas agriculture marketing is going to be a central subject. So if this complex issue is solved, then during this pandemic period, lot of exemptions, then exemption from Essential Commodities Act, then supply chain, organized supply chain ways are there, and private investors have been attracted. So these are all significant development in this direction. So, but nevertheless, during this pandemic period, I gone through some of the studies where they have suggested many things, like automation in agriculture marketing without touching the human being. And then there is one model in Karnataka where the BSc Agri Alumni Association, it procured the farmer produce and sold it to the consumers directly. That is another model. Then there is a Hopcoms, which is procuring the produce from the farm gate and then selling it to the consumer. So if these models are emerged elsewhere, now there is no restriction, there is no APMC, there is no market fee. So if these models they emerge through NGOs or a private players or alumni association, then farmer will get a better price. Otherwise, during this pandemic period, farmer is getting very low, whereas traders and retailers, they are reaping the benefit. That situation should be avoided with the help of these two ordinances. So with this note, I think I'll end my session. If any discussions or questions are there, you are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I thank organizers, especially Dr. Ruchira and Dr. Swati, and also my thanks goes to Honorable Vice Chancellor of Navsari Agriculture Institute. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. The session was very enlightening because you discussed all the reforms which are very much beneficial for the strengthening of agriculture marketing, and the two audiences, because these are the new ones, and you gave us the insight on that. So it was very beneficial and informative to us. And also, sir, you talked about the ways which we can strengthen our agriculture marketing, that is going beyond APMC markets like direct marketing, Hopcoms, which is one of the cooperative models, and also we can do through the automation in agriculture sector. So, sir, we would like to take some questions.
Yeah, please.
So the first question is that what opportunities are there post COVID-19 to reorient the food system?
This is an opportunity. In fact, especially for agriculture sector, I'm telling. because in other sectors there are a lot of limitations. See, opportunities here lying with us is, the other day I was discussing with some of the experts. There can be a cadre of aggregators in the place of commission agent or traders. Learned people, educated people with business ethics, they can benefit the farmers. So, if institutes like Manage, NIAM, and Agriculture Universities, ICR system, we should start preparing this aggregator cadre involving use of BSc Agriculture and other graduates, so that they will procure the produce from the farmers and sell it to the consumer at a reasonable price, and they will pay better to the farmers. So this is an entrepreneurial opportunity. Of course, my good friend, senior friend, Dr. Mittal Saab will speak on this. So there is a lot of opportunity during this pandemic period, especially for agriculture. And one more opportunity is you can go for value addition, processing, packaging, and farmer producer organization is very crucial now. See, aggregation of farmer will reduce the transaction cost, and they can have their own brand, they can have their own network. Now there is no restriction. Entire thing is free. See, one of my professor used to tell me, if you produce a safety pin, you can sell it anywhere in India. But if you produce a food grain, you can't sell it to the neighboring market. So that was the situation. So now the situation, we have come out of that situation thanks to policy initiatives by the government of India. So these are some of the opportunities which are there.
Yes, sir, truly, sir. Value addition and farmer producer organizations are two important suggestions in the agriculture marketing sector, and truly they are strengthening also. Various FPOs have come up. So next question is, how will the pandemic affect the food demand and will affect the food prices, because there are high fluctuations because of lack of logistics and the restrictions which have come up?
The major hindrance for demand for agriculture produce is, closing of restaurants. So that was a big segment, big segment which, demand has come down. But nevertheless, our mothers, housewives, they are preparing all those instant food from home. So now you need to concentrate home delivery, online marketing. Honorable Vice Chancellors have suggested, quoted an example of, networking through social media. One model I will quote for the benefit of audience here. In Bangalore, one of my relatives is staying in a society of some 400 apartments. They have an app within their apartment. They will upload the status of what they are preparing. Now, if any household, they are interested in that food, they will give an order, and the particular person whom order is received, he or she will prepare in a large quantity. So that's how the demand for the food will increase. So these are some of the strategies which I can suggest during this pandemic period. So
yes,
new
sir,
models, new model have to come up.
Yes, sir, because consumer buying behavior has also changed, and consumption pattern has also changed. So we have to live towards new approaches in order to satisfy the demand of the consumer.
And one more point here, if you have listened to the Man Ki Baat of Honorable Prime Minister, he said that immunity booster sale has increased.
Yes,
now our farmer has to cultivate spices like turmeric and many other spices, healthy foods. So we have to go for a diversification of crop production during this pandemic.
Yes, sir. We have successful example of Amul coming up with innovative products like turmeric milk and tulsi milk. So we have a particular segment which is demanding such type of products also.
Type of products,
so yes, sir, truly. So I would like to request Ruchira ma'am if she has some questions at her end.
Yes, sir. Actually, my question is related to the Essential Commodities Act. Recently, this amendment has been made to the Essential Commodities Act, especially the removal of the stock limits on cereals, pulses, oilseeds, onions, and potato. So, sir, how these reforms will alleviate the farm distress? This is my question. That what kind of impact it will have to remove the farm distress and greater integration between the markets?
Well, madam, the major hindrance was limit on stock. If you take a case of onion in Maharashtra, because of this limit, there were hoardings, black marketing was there. Yes. Now, with the removal of this stock limit, farmer groups can also store. Otherwise, there was a restriction on farmer groups as well. Now, farmer groups are coming up in a big way to store the produce because they have an infrastructure. And also, why there should be a limit on stock held by the traders. If you keep on restricting the stock limit, then they will stop buying. So that's how demand comes down and prices will also come down. But certainly there is a upper limit. Total restriction has not been removed. There is an upper limit for very few essential commodities. Earlier, array of commodities, large number of commodities, they were covered under this Essential Commodities Act. This is a good move from the viewpoint of trade as well as from the viewpoint of the farmers. Now farmers can stock and sell their produce whenever prices are high. So this is a merit of this, removing restriction from essential commodities.
Yes, sir.
Sir, there is a question in chat box related to ENAM, that ENAM markets have increased, but in 4 years, farmers' response to it is very less. So what measures are required to be taken so that this concept can be more effective and promulgated?
See, I because of time constraint, I could not discuss in detail about ENAM. There is a response from the farmers. Maybe due to limited number of markets, a limited response is there. Around 2 crore farmers, they have joined the hands. But the main constraints in e-national markets is, assaying. So you need to have a laboratories for accrediting these grades and standards. Now, problem in India is there is a wide variation in the quality of the produce. Each state should have their own bureau of grades and standards. If you formulate the grades and standards at central level, it is like one size fits all. So that will not happen. Loki in Assam is something like 3 feet, but Loki in South India is something like 6 inch only. So you need to have laboratories at regional level, preferably at district level, I can say. And then you should have a networking connectivity, requisite infrastructure for networking with other APMCs. And farmer producer organizations have been allowed now. Now, large number of farmer producer organization, if one producer organization participates, it's like 1,000 farmers participating in the trading of ENAM. This initiative is an initial thing. Down the line, 10 years, 20 years, it will take a shape. See, these are all long-run institutions. You can see agriculture marketing regulation went through more than 100 years. Likewise, maybe after 20 years, entire market, entire commodities will be covered. But we should not say that only few commodities are the traded, only few response is there. It's a beginning. It's a beginning. When child grows, it will take several years to attain the adultry. The same case applies to here also.
One last question and then we will move on to the next.
Please.
A couple of businesses have ventured into the trade of agri-commodities, e-trading. So can they complement ENAM by becoming regional or national partners, or it is considered as a competition? This is a question in the chat box.
See, ENAM is altogether a different set. E-commerce is altogether a different setup. Okay, it has nothing to do with ENAM. Their presence is at regional level. Like, for example, Big Basket is predominantly present in and around Hyderabad. So they have a backward linkage with the farmers. They have an agreement, informal or formal agreement. They'll procure it from the farmers and then they sell it through online. For the information of audience, hardly not even 1% of the fruits and vegetables, they are covered by these e-commerce. Maybe when it extends to other parts of the country or it goes beyond 1%, then it will act as a alternative marketing system for the farmers. In fact, it is good, I say. There will be healthy competition between ENAM, then e-commerce, and then other models, contract farming or state-run hop-comp models. So this is a good development. Let 1,000 flowers bloom. Okay, farmer will get better alternatives.
Thank you. Over to you, Swati.
Yes. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insights and giving us new information. And truly, sir, with the new audiences and reforms, we are working towards strengthening the farming sector and also strengthening the livelihood and the security of the Indian farmers, along with satisfying the needs of the consumers as well. So thank you very much, sir, for your valuable insights.
Thank you, Swati. Thank you. Thank you very much.
In such pandemic situation where we have promising macro fundamentals in the sector, but the enablers and catalyzing sparks are missing. We need a segment that can leverage technology, leading to increase in productivity, efficiency, and output. The agripreneurs with their startups are such a meaningful solution across the agriculture value chain and can be in front of a product, a service, or an application. To throw light on the importance of agripreneurs in strengthening agriculture marketing system in India, we have with us Dr. Mittal Sir, Director CCS NIAM. I would take the opportunity to give brief introduction about Sir. Dr. Ramesh Mittal Sir has a long and rich 30 years of experience of working in private, semi-government, government organization and other institutions at both national and international level. He is presently serving as Director, Chaudhry Charan Singh National Institute of Agriculture Marketing, Jaipur, and he is actively associated with National Institute of Agriculture Marketing Agribusiness Incubator under the aegis of RKVY Raftar at National Institute of Agriculture Marketing to provide technical and business mentorship to agri startups and agri entrepreneurs. He was also associated with many projects with USAID, USDA, Michigan State University, World Bank, etc. On invitation, he has presented country papers at Thailand, Vietnam, Japan, and also visited University of California, USA to understand the USAID SAMS project. Recently, he has been invited as expert to address value chain marketing at South Korea, Seoul. He has contributed various research projects and organized more than 200 training programs to strengthen the agriculture fraternity. He is author of 4 books and he is founder editor of Journal of Entrepreneurship. Now, I would like to request Dr. Ramesh Mittal Sir to enlighten us on the topic, role of agripreneurship in agriculture marketing. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Swati. I think I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you are right.
Okay. So first of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. K.C. Gungolmat. He is my colleague, and earlier he has worked in National Institute of Agriculture Marketing with me. He has given very nice presentation, and I believe on agriculture marketing, I think it is one of the best presentation. So anyone can go for the presentation, and it is very updated. Like recently, the changes has been made by the government. He has included, and I believe it is updated information, and I'm really happy to see his presentation also. Now, after that, I just want to say thanks to the Navsari University, like Honorable Vice Chancellor Chaudhry Saab and Madam Ruchira Shukla, Dean, Principal of this APJ, Agribusiness Center in Navsari University, and Dr. Swati also. They chosen the topic, what they have chosen. It is excellent and it is today's need. So I just want to say thanks and congratulations also for the right kind of topic and the right kind of subject on right time also. Because of this COVID period, such things are required to address it. And now let me start my presentation. Before that, I would like to say a little bit about this agripreneurship and this RKVY Raftar project also. And on this forum, I would like to take this opportunity to invite Navsari University students also, or anyone who's associated with Navsari University and wants to participate to have their own agri startup, maybe in the idea stage or maybe as the seed stage. So that will be great. I mean, we have this opening right now, and just visit our website. They can send their proposal. And for the startup, we have maximum ceiling of 25 lakh rupees, which is grant. And for the idea stage, if anyone has innovative idea, that limit is 5 lakh rupees. Anyone can apply. The complete procedure is available on our website. And we can invite pan-India applications. So don't feel like you are from Gujarat. Anyone can apply. And the beauty of the project is basically no need to have any kind of basic qualification, and no need to have any kind of age restriction. Like suppose anyone who's 60-year-old person can apply. Anyone who's more than 18-year-old, because they have to sign one MOU. That is why for the legal purpose. So the mature person is required, like adult person is required. That is why 18-year age is required. So we have boarding lodging facilities. Boarding lodging is free, stay is free, food is free, and we have very strong team of mentors. So this is good platform, and let me request to the Madam Ruchira and as well as Dr. Swati to disseminate this information to the Navsari University, all the students and all the stakeholders, anyone who's willing. So our advertisement is not close-ended advertisement. Our advertisement is open-ended. So that is now it is available for, suppose anyone wants to apply later on also, maybe after 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, then also it is possible. So may kindly go through with our website. They can look at coffee table book also. They can look at this various type of ideas also. Now this is not the right time to elaborate more and more about this project. Let me go through with my presentation. So shall I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
It is visible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. It's visible.
Okay, okay. Now, if you look at my topic is role of agripreneurship in agriculture market. So it is quite relevant. And if you look at agripreneurship, agriculture, agricultural marketing, agribusiness, these are the words. And I will start like a very simple language so the student can understand what are the difference and how can we understand. This is like, so the meaning of agriculture, meaning of agribusiness, meaning of agriculture marketing, and meaning of agripreneurship. These are 4 words. They are all quite relevant for the agribusiness student, especially for agribusiness student. Now, agriculture is like ocean, and agribusiness, agriculture marketing, and agripreneurship is a part of that. Agriculture is a very vast subject, and agriculture is basically like, if you look at in country like India, it was just like a livelihood for the farmer. Any farmer, basically they were just growing without thinking like pre-harvest related activity or maybe post-harvest related activity, maybe value chain, value addition, nothing, simple. They were just growing and they were selling in the market. That was agriculture. And agriculture slowly turning up into agribusiness. Now, what is agribusiness? When we are going for the planning, some kind of finance is required, some kind of marketing is required, some kind of other kind of value chain is required, then we are saying it is agribusiness. Now, third part is which is agriculture market. Now, agribusiness means it could be an extension business also. But in agriculture marketing, it is very, very exclusive. What we say, it starts post-harvest related activity. So after harvesting, the activity, whatever activity if you look at, it starts from the harvesting and it ends up with the consumption, like ends up with the consumer. So that is agriculture marketing. Now, if you talk about the agripreneurship is again related to the extension as well as post-harvest. It means pre-harvest as well as post-harvest. Anyone. So what is the difference in between agripreneurship and agribusiness? It's a very minor difference. Agribusiness is like anyone who's doing good business, and we people are just copy paste of the existing business. That means suppose someone is growing tomato and he is making tomato ketchup and is selling in the market. And I just want to look at whether he is the making money or he is not making money. That is the question basically in my mind, and I'm just copying that opportunity. And I'm also doing that same kind of business. That is agribusiness. But agripreneurship is a little bit different. Agripreneurship means we are doing something new. New idea has been, introduced. Some creativity has been introduced, and some risk is also introduced. Now, what kind of risk? Risk is calculated risk. If you look at it, agribusiness, agriculture, and agriculture marketing, mostly people are using wild risk, but agripreneurship means it is a calculated risk. It means he has all kind of assessment, he has all kind of plan. Suppose in this season some crop has come up, like potato has come up, whether price is going to down or price is going to increase. Some kind of assessment, some kind of, thinking is a part of agripreneurship. So these are 4 words in the agripreneurship or maybe agriculture one should know. That is why I thought, let me give this slide to understand in basic words. Now, look at this agriculture marketing, because my subject is basically agriculture marketing. If you look at the agriculture marketing is the method that includes gathering, storage, preparation, shipping, delivery of different farming material across the country. In agriculture marketing, the selling of agriculture product depend on various components like the demand for the product at the time, availability or storage, etc. So these are the, again, I'm not saying this is definition, but I'm sharing the meaning. So one can understand what is agriculture marketing. Before independence, farmers, while selling their product to traders, experienced massive incorrect weighing and manipulation of accounts. The farmers who did not have required information about the price and were forced to sell at low price with no proper storage facility. Sometimes the product could be sold at a weekly village market in the farmer's village or in a neighboring village. So if these shops are not available, then the product is sold at irregular markets in a nearby village or town or in the mandi. So the government took various measures to control the activities of the traders. So that APMC market has come up in the scene. So now we are just removing this APMC market scenario also. And if you look at this Trade and Commerce New Act, now farmer is free to sell. Now, why it has been happened? Because our market has become mature, our farmer has become mature, other activities are also become mature. Now, areas where agripreneurship can help the agriculture market. So let us have one by one. Now, before that, I just want to share one more slide, that is core competency of agriculture produce. Now, when we are talking about the agribusiness, agricultural marketing and agripreneurship, then we have to treat agriculture produce as a pure business activity. Now, as a pure business activity, we have to understand the core competency of any kind of product or services. For example, let me share one example. Like when we travel by air, maybe from Ahmedabad to Delhi or Jaipur to Delhi. Why we choose travel by air? Why not by train? Why not by bus? Why not by car? Because we would like to save the time. So suppose Jaipur to Delhi, we are reaching within half an hour. So it means by travel by air, core competency is to reach over there within half an hour. Suppose one company is operating one airline, and that airline is, working on the basis of not only half an hour, working on the basis of 6 hours. I mean, I'm starting my journey from Jaipur, or I'm reaching to Delhi after 6 hours. So it means there is no core competency for that airline. That product is going to fail. That business is going to fail. Why it is so? Because in 6 hours, I can travel by train, I can travel by car, or I can travel by bus. So that is very important to understand the core competency of agricultural produce. Now, you see, I have written 3 points here. The core competency, in my knowledge, the core competency of agriculture produce is taste, health, and freshness. Why we buy agriculture produce from market? Why we buy? Like suppose, I just want to buy apple. X want to buy mango. Y want to buy bananas. Why it is so? It is based on the taste. Because all commodities are having health also, and they are fresh also. But the choice is different. I just want to eat banana, someone wants to eat mango, someone wants to eat apple. So that is very, very important. So the taste matters. It means the core competency of taste. For example, this place has a lot of mango, and mango, which is known as a kesar variety. The kesar variety is variety where people are not eating this langda or dasheri or hapus. They like very much kesar variety. So why this kesar variety is coming up? Because of the taste. The reason of freshness, other commodities also following up. The reason of like the health issues, like vitamins and other things are also available in other commodities also. So we have to clearly understand as a agripreneur, we have to clearly understand the core competencies of agriculture produce like taste, health and freshness. If you look at one example of the superfood like quinoa and other kind of products which are coming in the market and people are buying, chia seed, quinoa, these are the products and that is high protein like black rice, black wheat, such kind of products are available in the market. Why it is so? Why those are very expensive? Not because of taste, but because of health. If you look at in COVID situation, the demand of such kind of products has like increased like anything. So when we do the business, maybe agri-business or as an agripreneur, we have to clearly understand the core competency of agriculture produce. For example, one startup is working with me, and they are from Udaipur side, and they are working for this custard apple. And custard apple, if you look at, they are selling the pulp of custard apple to Gujarat. And most of this ice cream companies as well as this bakery companies, bakery items. Now you will surprise, custard apple was the just wild product. There was no value at all. Now if you look at in the market, minimum price is 40 rupees per kg. So that is the beauty of agripreneur. He could understand, he could smell where is the potential, and he is buying or selling. Now the model, let me share the model within 1 minute. The model is basically, you say like custard apple is a white product, and he is using the tribal community in Udaipur side, and he is providing the basket, and per basket 50 rupees to the tribal community. Community people are member of that group as a FPO. They are visiting to the jungle. They are collecting custard apple and they are processing, de-seeding and all kind of process has been happened in the Udaipur itself. And after that, frozen pulp is, selling to the Gujarat and other nearby states. And if you look at in the market, one of the most expensive market ice cream, which is made by only custard apple, which is highly expensive. If you look at the bakery items also, that is also made by the custard apple. So one should know the opportunity as a agripreneur and grab the opportunity, because agriculture produce are scattered like anything. Same thing is happening with this jamun. Jamun is again very good product of Gujarat as well as Maharashtra. And now these days, jamun price is 250 rupees and 300 rupees per box. Why it is so? Because it caters this health issue. Most of the people who are diabetic, they are very much keen. And some of them are very, very enterprising. So they are, collecting jamun in the season, and they are going for the drying process of this jamun. And in off season, the same kind of jamun, they are selling at a rate of 500 rupees to 1000 rupees per kg. So this core competencies of agriculture produce is very, very important for the agripreneurship, for the starting of agripreneurship. Now, if you look at agriculture marketing related issues, because the title is focused on this agriculture marketing, agripreneurship, which can help to the agriculture market. Now it starts from, I'm just given the bullet points because it is, we don't have enough time to explain each and everything, but I'll explain it. Now, if you look at harvesting, like agriculture marketing starts from the harvesting, even I should say it starts from the pre-harvesting also. So what kind of seed is required, in which season we have to go for the sowing, that is also part of this agripreneurship. Now harvesting, sorting, grading, sizing, washing, standardizing, packaging, labeling, transportation and logistics system, warehousing, supply chain, then cold chain management, then value chain management, then value addition, then food processing, then innovation management, and finally this immunity management. Immunity management has come up like very rightly, Madam Ruchira has already told about this. Now these days, each and everyone is looking for the, to improve their immunity. And Dr. KCG has also told about that, like this turmeric and other things are in pretty in use, like clove and black pepper and this ginger and this tulsi, all kind of product, in demand. If you look at the today's advertisement on the TV and other print media, most of the companies who are producing, their advertisement is focused on this immunity management. So they got one more tool to focus and sell their product in the market. So honey-based product, other kind of product. So that innovation management is playing very, very important. Now here comes this agripreneurship. If you look at in agripreneurship, why I'm saying agripreneurship, if you look at harvesting has so many activities where agripreneur can encash the opportunity, like sorting. Sorting is a facility. Like Dr. KCG has already quoted this big basket and gophers and many kind of companies are working, and they are looking for such kind of facilities where one can provide them sorting, grading, sizing, washing facilities. Even Reliance and other companies are also looking for it. So one entrepreneur, one agripreneur can come up and they can provide their facilities to the country people. So this is basically infrastructure, just like ENAM. Dr. KCG has already told in ENAM, this assigning is also required. Now assigning is a part of, again, agripreneurship. Now in mandis, assigning is required. Many kind of agripreneurs can be introduced. They can set up their lab. They can, they can solve the problems. Recently, I conducted one workshop in Delhi, and we were knowledge partner for the Ministry of Agriculture. And I invited more than 200 agri-logistic startups in the country, because they are playing very important role. Like in ENAM, for example, look at this transportation and logistics. After ENAM trade, when you want to supply your product from mandi to consumer, suppose consumer is sitting in Chennai. Now, what kind of assurance he wants? Product should be fresh, right kind of quality, and it should reach on right time without affecting the weather condition also. Now, this is opportunity. One agripreneur can take the task and take the guarantee also. Let me transport this product safely from X place to Y, and the charges are very competitive. That is the agripreneurship. So that warehousing also. Now I am funding one startup. That startup name is apnagodam.com. apnagodam.com. I'll take 1 minute about that. apnagodam.com is a unique idea. It's a very creative idea. And what happened? If you look at before Octroi, there was many factories and warehouses around the states or maybe this districts or villages somewhere like. When Octroi has been removed, when GST has come, they were free. I mean, there was no use by this warehouses. So one person, one agripreneur has come up and he said, kindly provide me your godowns and your factories to me. And he is not buying. He is not taking on lease. He is asking partnership or equity participation of the owner. And basically, he has made 10 warehouses or factories nearby the outskirts of any district. And he has contacted to the farmers also. And whatever they have marketable surplus that need to store in warehouse, they need to store in godown, he is providing that facility to the farmers with a very minimum price. So here, the infrastructure was, not in use. The infrastructure has been used. So the entrepreneur is getting some money against that infrastructure, which is not in use. And the farmer is also getting more price because either he has to sell in the market, otherwise he has to store. But he is not the owner of any warehouse, and owner of any godown. So that is Apna Godam. I request you to kindly visit this website, apnagodam.com, and our student and other stakeholders can learn more and more about this agriculture. So the supply chain management is again very big issue. I already told you, many startups are working. We have data bank of 200 agri-logistic startups. They are working around the country and they are encashing this opportunity in this COVID period. Now, supply chain and this cold chain. Supply chain is a generic term, but cold chain is something specific. CA storage, different on simple cold storage. Those are, around the countries are available. Many startups are working on the, same line of like Uber and Ola is working. So they are, developing such kind of apps and they are using such kind of infrastructure, that is CA storage or cold storage. Those are available, but unfortunately, the user is not, knowing the capacity or knowing whether this is available or not, and if available, on what price. So that is again one more opportunity. Then value chain management. Now, value chain, we are using this word value chain in a very abrupt way. Now, let me explain what is value chain in real term. A very, very simple word so our student can understand. You know, value chain is basically, if you look at this 10-point scale, 10-point scale value chain could be 1 to 10, or value chain could be 1 to 2 only. Now we have to decide. For example, this buckwheat. Buckwheat means kutu ka atta hum log khate hain. That kutu, that is buck. Now, if you remove the shell of buck, the price could be 10 times. Instead of 50 rupees per kg, you can fetch the price of 500 rupees per kg. The reason behind that buckwheat has large source of protein. But if you want to export, then you have to peel the shell. You have to crack the shell. If you crack the shell, then only 2-point scale, your profit could be 10 times. So such kind of examples are available. But sometimes you have to go for the value chain at 10-point scale also, like wheat. Now, after wheat, the flour, then bakery item, then multi-grain bread, then maybe kosa, then different kind of variety which is very expensive in the market and people are buying. So if you look at 1 tablespoon of wheat flour may be converted into 200 rupees bread. So that is 10-point scale of value chain. Now we have to very clearly understand the meaning of value chain. Same like value addition. Value addition with the change of form or without change of form. Agriculture marketing is a part of that. Now, suppose we don't want to change the form of any produce, then value addition is possible. How? For example, watermelon. Now you are making juice of the watermelon. That is processed. But somehow you can sort, grade, wash and size and different variety of watermelon. Again, it is a value addition and you are selling. One watermelon can be priced at 10 rupee per kg and one watermelon, sorted watermelon can be priced 100 rupees per kg. If you look at Japan case, they have one melon, the name of Yaburi. And you know what is price? Price is 30,000 yen per kg. So that is value addition of the melon only. Now one cannot think about that. One melon could be such an expensive melon. So that is real value addition. Now look at this broccoli. Let me tell you. Simple cauliflower and broccoli. Cultivation process is same. Water is same. Seed price is same. Labor is same. But cauliflower price is 10 rupee per kg. And broccoli price is 200 rupees per kg. And the thing is only change in color. That is green and this one is white. So that value addition is happening. But unfortunately, we are taking different meaning of value addition. So the food processing is again, now look at this food process. This mushroom, take the example of mushroom. Many entrepreneurs, many agripreneurs are using mushroom as a great opportunity by using this food. So they are preparing this, powder of this mushroom. They are preparing, they are growing the best quality of button mushroom, or maybe I surprised to know that the mushroom which is available, the price is 1 lakh rupee per kg. That kind of mushroom is also available. So that is again great opportunity and people are doing. Now look this innovation management. Although it is not new, one of my agripreneur has done this innovation management and he is going to register this patent and the registration process is under process. And I'll give you the example. Have you heard about this foxnut? Foxnut, which is known as a makhana. And makhana is a rich source of different kind of minerals. And makhana, like Bihar is #1. We have done one study of the makhana. And what happened? We found the makhana processing is not that easy. The reason behind that is very painful process. Now they have to heat up the makhana and they have to crush makhana by hand. So that was very painful process. One entrepreneur has come up and he has introduced one machine. Now machine peeling of the shell of makhana is very easy by this machine. Now that he is offering this patent and all, and we have funded 13 lakh rupees as a grant to that fellow. And this is innovation management. Community management, then we can understand. Now everyone is looking for, we just want to avoid a lot of spices, I mean different kind of spices, but we want to consume some spices which are good for the health. We just want to avoid red chili, but we want to consume black pepper. We just want to avoid, other kind of things. We just want to use this small cardamom, green cardamom in our tea. We just want to have tea with tulsi. We just want to have tea with ginger. So that is immunity management. So you look at the final product which is available in the market. Many kind of products are available in the market. Tea bags. Now these days, tea bags are full of such kind of immunity management system. Not even you will find some even black salt they are putting in the tea bag and the tea is ready. So that is salty tea. So that is also very important area, and entrepreneurs are using this opportunity, and they are going ahead. So developing entrepreneurs in agriculture can immensely benefit Indian economy by reducing the burden on agriculture, generating employment opportunity for rural youth, reducing the need for migration from rural to urban areas, thereby reducing pressure on urban cities. And if you look at in this COVID situation we have faced, now we have to think about it, how to provide employment to this labor in their respective areas, maybe the villages or their tehsil or their block itself. Increasing individual and national income is a part of agripreneurship, and one should think about. Now, I have prepared some more slides, and I believe such slide will give you a little bit insight. Although I have limited time, but I'll try to complete in this time period only. Now, trust building. Now, I'm talking about this agripreneurship, agriculture marketing. What happened in this COVID period? The kind of challenges what we have faced. Can we have any plan for that? If yes, then what could be? For example, trust building must be in focus. Now, if you look at this in COVID period, agriculture produce supply chain has been disturbed due to mistrust for farmer produce in this COVID period. Now, look at as a consumer, even myself, when we were buying the agriculture produce, we were afraid of whether we are going to get the infection, how to avoid this infection, how to wash our vegetables, how to wash our fruits, how to procure this, this milk and other dairy product, or maybe other things. But the thing is basically whether it is value-added or not. So mostly consumers were worried about the source of product. So traceability was the question mark. Now many agripreneurs, they have taken this opportunity and they have introduced the strong supply chain. And that was guaranteed. My product is COVID-free. My product is organic. Direct from farm to your house or your apartment, I will deliver. I will deliver before 10 o'clock. Even other e-commerce company has taken same kind of route. So they were full of orders. Even they were denying to take the orders also. But right now, if you look at many entrepreneurs has started their own on platform, and with this platform they are going and they are making new dent in the market. That is real and agripreneurship. So change in marketing strategies and farm price also. As we see growing level of concern, recommendation for social distancing, reduced travel, avoiding crowd, closer, and other proactive protective practices to show the spread of COVID-19. Consumer will be making enough choice about the food, eating away from home, and overall spending. Dairy is the one prominent feature in out of home like eating, and there may be some disruption in food services sales. They had an impact on the market and prices. But my feeling is when problems are coming in, then opportunities are always, one agripreneur is able to find out the opportunities the same. And it is happening. The person who's thinking about, the person is going to win the situation. Now you look at this strengthening of supply chain and storage system. As logistics are disrupted and efforts proceed to slow the spread of virus, multiple connected industry sectors are already being impacted. With some product, panic buying is creating additional concern. As an example of supply chain interruption on farms, we could see issues with farm product delivery and pickup as work. Truck drivers, for example, stay home due to illness or because they are caring for their family members or school-going children. These same concerns would affect processor and ultimate result was we were not having the finished product in our hand. So the short supply was even slowdown could also impact fertilizer, fuel, and other input movement and availability which is required for the farming community. Now, focus should be on farmer or agripreneur health. Basically, our target is not only money making. Agripreneurs should not think about the money making business. Data from other countries that have done more extensive testing suggests for the COVID-19 has a much higher level of severity for those in their 60s and older. Now, why I'm sharing this slide? The reason behind is, if you look at, we are saying, like Corona warriors. Corona warriors is not only doctors and police and nurses and, our agripreneurs and farmers are also Corona warriors. They are also, even super spreader. If you look at this, retailers in vegetables and fruit sellers and milkmen are also affected with this COVID. Now we have to think about that as a, this is basically challenge to protection, and SOPs are today's need to boost up their confidence. So that is again, as an agripreneur, we have to think, and there are a lot of opportunities to sell such kind of things to the agripreneurs to make them happy and protected. Now look at this technical enabled warehouse to reduce loss. This is very interesting, slide, and it is quite, good for this agripreneurs who want to go for the this warehousing business in future. So according to an FICCI study titled Partnership to Scale New Heights, India-US Collaboration in Agriculture, gauged the effectiveness of technology-driven warehousing. The study highlighted the centralized real-time process management developed by the warehousing company and its impact on operational excellence in the facility. Now look at work from home, lot of, we just want to have social distancing, we just want to avoid the manpower, human manpower in this process. What is happening? With the help of indigenously developed algorithm, the warehousing company has reduced the post-harvest losses, which are tagged at 10% to barely 0.5%, 0.5%. The reduction in storage losses from 10 to 0.5% can have a huge impact to approximately INR, Indian rupee, that is 99.5k crore per annum in India, alone with replicated across the system, the report is. So that is like very, very important. Improved contact-free delivery system. Consumer did not find any mechanism regarding contact-free delivery of agri-produce. Now, if you look at this e-commerce company, they have taken this opportunity and they have worked upon it. And like this Flipkart and Amazon and all, they have taken this opportunity and they have introduced such system in the market, and people are very happy. So they were even not touching this doorbell to avoid the infection. So they were just calling and putting all agriculture produce at the doorstep of the consumer. So such kind of new innovation or creativity has happened. So many agripreneur has adopted the same kind of practices, and they have sold their material like anything, and they have charged the very good price also in the market. Then this new opportunities. Then new opportunities in the e-commerce platform also. That is, miss the opportunity for direct marketing by agripreneurs in the present scenario. And the miss the opportunities for direct marketing by the agripreneurs in present scenario also. We have few examples where some innovative ideas has gained in this period. It means this e-commerce platform, what I have earlier shared with you, many has copied, and they have introduced such kind of platform, and they have gone through and they have earned a lot of money. So new eco-friendly packaging system also. Now this is very, very important. Agripreneurs, hello, मैं थोड़ी देर होल्ड करो उसको, 2-4 मिनट. can you hold on, please? I'm
Yes,
getting
sir.
one important call.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, sure. Sir is having one important call. We'll continue after 2-3 minutes.
1670 है नहीं 1670 और पूरा पूरा वो देना है क्या कंप्लीट उसका कोड अच्छा ठीक है ओके थैंक यू I'm really sorry it was very urgent so one OTP has come that is why I'm really sorry
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So that is new eco-friendly packaging system is very, very important now to avoid any kind of infection. So agripreneurs has also learned that customers has demanded for better packaging during COVID-19 because some type of material was safe and some of them were not safe in the period. Like the study says the plastic, for few hours and the paper has some few hours and like the steel and the other things are having some more days, something like that. So that it depends. Suppose processed food, the tins what we are delivering, then we have to be very careful. Can we have that layer, one more layer on it? That could be COVID safe or something like that. So many agripreneurs are working towards that opportunity, and I believe that is going to become in near future. Now, value addition through startups in agriculture. To look at, many villages we have seen, many farms we have seen, even the small and marginal farmer as well as the big farmer. They had a lot of good produce and they were not able to sell at that time. So basically they have thrown, like we have seen many news also in the news channel. In UP, like pumpkin was not able to sold and the tons of the pumpkin they have wasted like something like that. But at this time, some startup has come up and they have purchased that material and they have gone for the value addition. So that was the great opportunity. I'm not saying each and every produce is available for this value addition purpose, but some of them, yes. For example, this jamun. So they have purchased like such kind of product. Some apple. So they have purchased the apple. They have made the apple chips. That was very innovative. And that apple chips are now. I remember one more case. I think you can go through with the this Amazon site also. There was a one seller who's selling this Banarsi aloo papad. Aloo papad, which is very unusual. But what he has said, in Banaras side, a lot of potato growers are available, and they were not able to sell this potato in the market. So one entrepreneur, one startup has come up, and they started manufacturing this Banarsi aloo papad. And now this Banarsi aloo papad, what is the price? The half kg papad price is 120 rupees and it was sold on Amazon and people are buying and the startup is getting 5-star rating. Even let me tell you, even my own startup like Niam has supported and funded one startup that is Bevust. They are making cookies made by millet and not only cookies. That girl name is Tanushri and she's a very innovative girl and her qualification is biotechnology. I mean PG in biotechnology, and the three girls are together and they are making a different kind of product which are superior quality and quality wise excellent product, and they are exporting also. So that millet cookies as well as this millet cake as well as this what do you say some more product which is now we could say like this is fusion of the product also, upcoming new product. Now if you ask someone in new generation, would you like to have this बाजरे का आप चूरमा खाएंगे और बाजरे की स्वीट खाएंगे, मिलेट की स्वीट खाएंगे, they will say no, we will not touch it. But if you ask them this cookie, you can try this cookie. So yeah, and cake which is made by bajra or maybe millet, they'll be very happy and the taste is excellent. So now she has converted such product into such a tasty product. People are admiring her efforts, and this startup is growing like anything. And Niam has funded 15 lakh rupees to that product. So these are the agripreneurs. They are growing like anything. These are the live examples. And export of agri produce. Our produce like mango, papaya, lychee, berries, and even vegetables not reach to the destination. Our major buyer was this Middle East, Dubai and all kind of this Middle East people were selling, but all kind of flights and other kind of shipment was hold for this COVID period. So the result was business losses and post-harvest losses. But many entrepreneurs, they have taken this opportunity and they were better quality, superior quality, A-grade quality, and they have used their skills and e-commerce platform and this is sold in the India itself. So that is entrepreneurship skill, I should say, and people are working on it. Some more issues for the growth of agripreneurship in this period. Very quickly, I'll just go through it. That is lack of skilled and managerial manpower. Rural areas are also suffered from rural-urban migration, mainly male migration. This result is redundation of educated and skilled manpower in rural areas. Now, many agripreneurs are suffering for their operational activities, how to do it. But some have started the training institutions or educational institution where they are providing such institution at their hometown, and people are getting job or maybe work accordingly. So lack of infrastructure facilities. Now, lot of this opportunities has come because suppose one portion, for example, Surat has hub for this horticulture produce, but maybe lacking in the infrastructure. Now, by looking at this opportunity, someone is developing infrastructural facilities and they are providing to the entrepreneurs. They are also making a lot of money, and future for them is like going to be good. Problem of marketing. Earlier, our farmer and other people, they were just producing and selling. So they have not put up their mind to how to handle this marketing related activity. Now this COVID, we have learned a lot. Now, a lot of people are coming with a new innovative marketing methodology. So some of them like buy one, get one with the discounted price, 4 days, 5 days old product. It's a very reasonable price. Such kind of things are happening. Then lack of awareness about the career in agripreneurship. Now, it has taken the boost, jump. Wherever you see, like in my organization, now recently we have interviewed our students, new upcoming student for this PGDBM ABM program. And I remember when I used to ask before 10 years to my students, how many you are interested to start your own venture or a startup or enterprise? Only one or maybe no one was interested. Simple, they were saying, sir, we have taken admission because we want a big fat job, more than 8 lakh rupees, 7 lakh rupees per annum, and good multinational companies we are looking for. But now, in this interview, I did notice, you will surprise, more than 70% student has raised their hand to become entrepreneur, agripreneur. It's a very good sign, and I believe we should, push this movement everywhere in the country, because entrepreneurship is the only way where we can develop our economy and provide a lot of employment also. So insufficient of lack of equipments and technology, that is again very good opportunity. If you look at in remote areas, villages, and many places, lot of equipments are not available. For example, this dairy, collection places. In rural area, many farmers are doing this dairying also. Now they are producing milk, but in COVID period, what happened? Curfew was imposed. They were not able to supply milk in the cities. Now the question was what to do with that milk. So that was waste only. But some of entrepreneurs, they have started their own, processing unit, a small processing unit. They have made this rasgullas. They have made this cottage cheese. They have made the milk, butter. They have made the ghee also. So now we have to think about. We have to create some cluster where we can provide them such kind of infrastructure and technologies, so they can use the same place where they are, involved in producing this milk or other kind of perishable item, and they can add some value over there only, and same can be supplied in the big cities. Now, high infrastructure and distribution cost. Look at high infrastructure and distribution cost in city. Suppose metros and this state capitals and tier 1 city. If you are hiring one godown or setting up one unit or maybe processing unit, then it will cost you a lot. But same kind of unit, if you are putting in village side, you will have some incentive as an entrepreneur, and the cost would also be very less. Then this is the last slide, and based on the various type of news and newspaper, So I have compiled these 4 points to understand some more challenges for agripreneurs. Now, thing is basically, as a agripreneur, suppose my farmer or anyone having land. Now they have one question in their mind: how to use my land? Can I go for the food processing unit? Can I go for the fuel related uh, things? Can I go for the fiber related, or can I go for the fodder related things? So competing land uses. So land use is again very big issue. Land is very expensive, and whatever activity as a agripreneur we are doing, it should be viable and feasible. Second is today's versus tomorrow's income. Building capacity to enhance risk appetite to invest for long-term benefit. It means if we are investing as a short term, then we are not sure the kind of growth we will have. So at least 5 year, 6 year, 7 year plan we should have. Then again we are going to have the big chunk of profit. Then consumer versus farmer, producing what the consumers demand versus consuming what the farmer produce. Now this is very, very interesting. If you look at the radish, city like Jaipur, I can find out 1,000 people every day. They are ready to pay a good price for off-season radish. City like Delhi, I can find 10,000 people per day. They are interested to buy mango in the off season. So it is not the question of what we are producing. It is the question of what we can arrange for our consumer, where our cold storage and cold chain system and supply chain system can play very, very important role. So as a agripreneur, we have to look into it. Then market versus government. Well-meaning government intervention that may lead to market distortions also. Now look at some new initiative which was taken by the government of India and even state governments also. So as a agripreneur, we should grab the opportunity. Like for example, this Trade and Commerce Act. Now this act is open for all the agripreneurs. They can go for their own e-commerce platform which can compete to others, maybe the private e-commerce platform or maybe the e-NAM platform. So such kind of opportunity is available for them. And I believe this opportunity can give them ample profit or scope in future to become a successful agripreneur. With these words, because I think I've crossed 20 minutes extra. But anyhow, I'll take permission. I just want to stop here. And if you have any question, kindly ask me.
So thank you very much. And it was very enlightening session because you throw light on various new avenues like immunity management. Yes, because it's in demand. And sir, truly you highlighted about cold chain, which is again an untapped area till today in India. Value chain, very important. And sir, most important were the relevant examples, which again I think would have boosted the students to come up and have agripreneurship as their career. So, sir, I would like to take some questions. The first question is that what are the what would be the stand of small scale businesses which are very prominent in agriculture sector in this pandemic situation, which do not have resources and which do not have much investment?
Right. It's a very good question because the big industries are able to survive.
Yeah.
And they are making use of the government incentive and other kind of facilities which are time to time announced as a policy matter. Now for the small farmers and small and marginal farmers, the major problem is they are not literate, they don't have access of any kind of information, and they are localized, so they are not aware what is happening in the market. And that was the reason initially government has introduced this APMC market system. So the condition was, I mean, they have to sell in even Mandi, only Mandi. So they were reaching to the Mandi and they were looking at the price discovery mechanism also. They were looking at this agriculture quality system also, like the different kind of tomatoes are available, different kind of qualities available on the different prices. So they were learning slowly. Now in today's situation, I will suggest like such small and marginal farmers should continue with the APMC markets if they just want to sell their products without any value addition.
Mhm.
Second is if they want to add some more value, then some kind of incubation system or uh, setups are available. Like in countrywide, 29 states are geared up with this incubation centers. All states are having 1 or 2 incubation centers. So my request with this small and marginal farmers, they should visit this incubation center with the innovative idea. They must be having some idea and they can go through, and the grant is available, government is supporting. I believe in the country, this is RKVY project is the only project where small and marginal farmers are benefited by getting grant. It is not loan, it is not any kind of subsidy, it is pure grant. So with the full support, they are getting free training, they are getting free ideas, free mentorship is available, free lodging boarding is available. So such facility, it is the first time which was provided in this country. I believe they should be benefited. And in Gujarat also, some universities are already having this incubation center. And if they feel, they can visit anywhere, like 5 knowledge partners are available. For example, NIAM, Manage, ICR, USA, and Dharwad Agriculture University and Assam State Agriculture University, Joran. So these are the universities where they are inviting application on pan-India basis. And otherwise, state-wise, they are always, open for them.
So one more question is from audience, that how we would able to cope up the labor shortages and the unskilled labors are available. We don't have skilled labor at present for production, processing, and distribution. So how we will cope up with that, like you know?
Yeah. Now this is a big challenge. I agree. This is a nice question. Why it is so? The reason behind is, suppose one person who's working in a sorting and washing, suppose system. Now he's a skilled and he knows how to do the work. Suppose sorting of mango, sorting of apple, any kind of. Now it is not easy to train a new employee or new worker. So the thing is, and the old one has gone to their village because of this pandemic. It is not easy to call him again. So the thing is, the new thing is basically we have to take care about the institutions, the currently working KVKs, Atmas nearby, where we can train the new people, because the learning process in such structure is easy. Trainers are available, teachers are available. We can have short-term courses, maybe 1-day course, 2-day course, 3-day course, and workforce could be available. That is the only method for this. Suppose harvesting machine. Now, big harvesting machine, operation of the big harvesting machine is not an easy joke. A truck driver cannot operate that harvesting machine. So that now you cannot, all of a sudden, you cannot train a fellow who can operate this harvesting machine by driving the harvesting machine. But nearby the universities or some institution, with the help of them, we can have one crash course, 10 days course, 5-day course, and based on our need, we can develop the people, local people, so they can get the local employment, and maybe skilled or semi-skilled or maybe unskilled labor based on our requirement can be make available.
Yes, sir. Truly, we'll have to go for more skill development and taking help of government and private agencies. Ma'am, would you like to ask something? Ruchira, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Dr. Mittal, sir, I congratulate you for a wonderful session. You have shared very innovative ideas and have thrown wonderful ideas, and definitely they are going to open up our mind that what different types of opportunities do exist in agriculture. Particularly, you have talked about various wonderful ideas, like, and with the examples you have given, like about the exotic vegetables and the value addition in and immunity management, like you talked about. So one of the concerns most of the entrepreneurs they are having, that they can come up with wonderful ideas, they have such locally available resources and such ideas as well, but the question comes as to the marketing of this produce, right? So there is a lot of risk, market associated risks are also there. So the question is that what can be the various mechanisms or can be various risk management strategies, particularly because at the ideation stage often there is they are not certain as to whether this idea will work or not. So how can we, when we are proposing some idea like this, how we can relieve their such tensions related to marketing, and you may be adopting for your incubatees in your incubators.
Yeah, it's a very valid question, and it is happening also. Let me share some practical examples of what we have done it in the same line. Uh, I remember one entrepreneur, one farmer was producing this basmati rice in Punjab, and he has land of 10 acres. But he was not thinking for the value addition of their activities. Simple, he was producing and selling in the market. It's a part of agriculture. He was not thinking about this agriculture marketing also. Like he was not going for the sorting, grading. Later on, he has started sorting, grading, sizing, packaging, labeling, other things also. But still, he was selling in a bulk. Now, if you look at Dr. A.C. Guma Golmat has already quoted, our biggest buyer is the institutional restaurants, hotels, even hostels, guest houses. They were buying in a bulk. So what happened? We suggested him, don't shift your business from wholesale to retail, but go for the try. Like go for the small portion which you can try. So the basmati rice, we asked him to go for the small packaging machine where 1 kg packet, 2 kg packet and 5 kg packet can be introduced. And not for the 10 acre. You just choose half a acre of your rice field and go for the test marketing. So he was selling like 50 to 60 rupees per kg as a wholesale. But when he has introduced sorted, graded, he has used this color sorter also. So the pure white basmati, nice quality, without broken, he has introduced in the market. You know what was the price? Price was 900 rupees per kg. Now look at, as a wholesale, he was selling as a rate of 60 rupees per kg. And in retail, he was selling at 900 rupees. Look at the markup. Initially, he was having some hitch. No, I don't want to involve in retailing and all. My wholesale business is fine and I can sell, my produce in a lump sum or whatever it is. But slowly, when we have pushed him, literally he is introduced. And today, you will surprise, complete 10-acre produce is on this retail management. So that wholesale has been stopped and now he's selling in retail. So basically you have to give them little bit boost to avoid the fear of uncertainty. Number one. Simultaneously, you have to provide them like easy access technology, like simple. So color sorter and one packaging machine we have recommended. That was available from the ministry, different ministry, subsidy was available, so they have purchased. Same thing we have introduced in Maharashtra, Talegaon, where Indrani rice was introduced nearby this Pune, and there was a FPO. Now that story is again very interesting. So that FPO, they had some 150 farmers together, and again they were selling in the wholesale. So we asked, why don't you have this centralized mechanism where you can pack and where you can sort and grade and after that. So earlier they were selling in the 40 rupees per kg as a wholesale price. Sorry, 20 rupees per kg to the wholesalers. Then later on the same kind of rice, it was not basmati, it was aromatic rice. So, but the same kind of rice, later on they were selling 40 rupees per kg. So one more case it has happened with the saffron in Kashmir. So they were scared about this, adulteration in the saffron. And the Kashmiri kesar was, that goodwill was just ruined by the people by mixing the other inferior quality. So we said, instead of selling in the bulk, you have to send a small packets. So plastic packaging has been introduced, 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, 5 gram, at the rate of 500 rupees to 700 rupees, 1000 rupees per, packet, small packets. And they have put up their mobile number also. They have put up their address also. Now, the Srinagar, producers, saffron producers are selling their saffron by speed post. So the small packets are available and they are NEFT, money is transferred through Paytm, through NEFT, different kind of paper form. So 500 rupees, 1000 rupees, 200 rupees, they are getting. Now the profit is, for some people the profit is double, some people for profit is 5 times, some people profit is 10 times. So it is happening. So such kind of encouragement, it is like remarkable encouragement for them. Now, these are the practices where you have to motivate them, you have to provide them some ways how to go for it. Like for the farmers, like additional income, double the income. So we are asking them to go for this beekeeping. So the beekeeping, now when they are putting the bees in their farms, after that we are asking them for the differentiation of the honey. Like for example, mustard honey is particular price, then saffron honey is particular price, then hemp honey is 1 lakh rupee per kg. Can you imagine? Hemp honey, hemp means bhang. Hemp, so that bhang is available in various states and it is legal. So farmers are growing. Now the thing is basically you are keeping your bees in that hemp farm and honey is getting the flavor of hemp and the price is 1 lakh rupees per kg. So these are the avenues and opportunities you have to tell them. For example, this processing of amla. So amla laddu, amla barfi, amla candy, such things are like these are additional things. So slowly they are coming up and slowly they are getting this benefit from the market also.
Yes, sir. So you mean to say that the segmentation and niche marketing that also needs to be applied to the agri business as well,
Absolutely.
and we need to move in that direction. Dr. Gumma Golmat, sir.
Yeah, can I intervene?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Mittal sir, wonderful lecture as usual. I have been your disciple. I gave only fundamentals, but application part was completed by you. Very good complimenting lecture, and I congratulate you, sir. To complement what Mittal sir has told, see, in my session I mentioned about the creation of a cadre, creation of a youth pool, a skilled youth. So there is one program by Government of India named Skill Training of Rural Youth, STRY. So, I mean, various institutions can take a benefit of that. The details are available on our website. That is one part. As a part of Skilling India, there is a Skill Council of India for agriculture at
Agriculture
central
Skill
level.
Council.
Yeah. So, a lot of areas, skilling areas have been defined, and maybe concerned agencies can take advantage of those schemes. So that is one part. Unless you create a skill manpower, marketing problems cannot be easily solved. But speaking at farmers level, we have forgotten one important sector, that is livestock sector. See, livestock sector will complement in many ways to the crop sector. Maybe in terms of income, maybe in terms of inputs. Nowadays a lot of talk is there on organic farming. I'll quote few of the examples to complement what Mittal sir told for 2 minutes. One young entrepreneur, he's aged around 28, trained by Manage ACABC scheme in Solapur. He is selling organic raisins, dry grapes, organic raisins. Creation of website is not a big deal nowadays. If you pay some 5,000, 8,000 rupees, he has created a website, and he has left his he has uploaded his specifications of the produce online. Now he is getting orders from Europe, America, and various other countries. Within 3 years, he became a billionaire, rather I can say. So his turnover is something like 180 crores. Now, one more example from your state only, Gujarat. One ACABC trained person, he is marketing the milk in the name of Desi. Of course, it is a Desi milk only. The milk is sold at around 120 to 140, even 180 rupees. He is producing ghee by using the traditional method, that grinding method kind of a thing. He is selling ghee at 6,000 rupees per kg. So at market, it is around 600 rupees. Okay. Now, during this COVID period, farmers can be encouraged to go for hydroponics. Hydroponics is one technology which we have forgotten.
Yes, sir.
It is free of chemicals, free of any fertilizers.
Soilless.
Soilless culture. So it is less subject to microbes.
Right.
Yes,
One
sir.
entrepreneur in Bangalore, in the heart of Whitefield, where real estate businessmen, they are asking for a land of 7 acres for around 600 crores. But he said no. In 7 acres, purely he is going for a hydroponic cultivation. Water usage is only 1% of what we use for actual cultivation of vegetables. So everything is computer controlled, including water, nutrient application and all. shade net is there for entire 7 acres. Can you imagine his income, annual income? He is earning around 14 to 18 crores per annum. So Bangalore is a big market, of course. He is finding a market, but in rural areas, aggregation is very important. Maybe cooperatives or farmer producer organization. So now some mentor should be there to aggregate the farmers and counsel them about opportunities available in markets. So these are some of the initiatives which I wanted to share it with you. And for your information, Sahyadri Farmer Producer Company, it has crossed a turnover of 500 crores.
Yes.
So
That's what I was about to tell.
Yeah. So one last example I am for the benefit of the audience I'll quote. One of our trained AC/ABC person, he started an input shop in Orissa. So slowly he started, acquaintance with the customers because he was selling quality inputs. Then one day he asked a farmer, where are you selling? So farmer said, obviously in Mandi. Then he said, you sell it to me, I will give you 10% more than what market price is there. So slowly farmer started selling to him, and he picked up some institutional buyers, apartments in big cities. He had a cold storage, he had a warehouse, and he had all logistics. So that kind of organized supply chain is the need of the hour for Indian agriculture. Otherwise, in post-harvest loss itself, we are losing so many things. And the famous example of Kaushalendra Kumar, he is only aggregating the farmers. He has created all infrastructure to preserve the commodities, and he is selling it. He is not taking any part in the price of the farmer produce. He is charging only 2% service charge. His turnover is something like 400 crore per annum. So these are some of the opportunities for our youngsters. And with categorical remarks, I am telling you, agriculture or agribusiness is going to be the future. No software, no industry, no manufacturing in coming days. Agriculture is a trending opportunity for carrying out any kind of a business. You can become Ambani or Adani of agriculture sector. So this is my message to all young entrepreneurs. And I request Navsari Agri-Business Management Institute to invite Mithal Saf for some 4 or 5 days. And yeah, of course, if you wish, I will also come, and we can throw the opportunities.
Yes.
Just a small innovation will lead to a higher income. So with these remarks, I think I can.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, both the eminent experts, and we are very much delighted with your examples and relevant quotes. And sir, truly, as you highlighted about livestock, we have new category called non-bovine milk, which is again very much, and the export is having too much potential. So there are a lot of areas, and surely we will personally invite you at Navsari Agriculture University to get more of your insights.
I would also like to share one thing, sir. Our university took our Krishi Vigyan Kendra at our university. They took initiative to direct selling of the mango during this lockdown period by facilitating our contact farmers through the direct selling of mango, and it was really a very well appreciated initiative on the part of the university.
Yeah.
Very nice.
One last point, madam, I forgotten to make.
Yes.
When I visited US, they took us for a field visit near New York. There, one farmer, of course, they have a large holding. He had something like 1,000 acres. So he explained about community supported agriculture. Community supported agriculture means consumer, they pay in advance, and then the farmer will grow the requisite quality and supply it to the consumer. So that is also one concept which can be introduced in our country.
Yes.
Sir, some of the companies have started this type of concept in Gujarat, where they are taking pre-orders from consumer and then trying to give the products according to
subscription selling kind of.
Subscription selling.
Yes, sir.
Gujarat is always ahead in business. It is very
many traders in Surat, vegetable fruit traders, who are doing this kind of thing of subscription selling through online and home delivery of this. Yes.
Wonderful. I mean, good development. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So moving towards the official vote of thanks. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. S.R. Chaudhary, sir, distinguished invited guests Dr. Ramesh Mittal, sir, Dr. K.C. Kumar Golmat, sir, Principal Asti Agri-Business Management Institute and webinar convener Dr. Ruchira A. Shukla, ma'am, faculty members and dear participants. I feel honored to express my heartfelt thanks on behalf of ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute to all those who were directly and indirectly involved in making this event a grand success. We find dearth of words to express our sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, a great visionary and a dynamic leader, Dr. S.R. Chaudhary sir, for his motivation and encouragement. We are grateful to him as, in spite of his hectic schedule, he honored this session. I would like to express our sincere thanks to our distinguished invited guest, Dr. Ramesh Mittal sir, who accepted our request and despite of his multiple commitments, he gave his valuable time to us. And I thank you very much, sir, for your informative presentation and providing us valuable inputs on agripreneurship. I find dearth of words to express sincere thanks and deep appreciation for our distinguished invited guest, Dr. K.C. Gumma Gulmat sir, who spared his valuable time for our university and shared his great ideas, knowledge, and experience related to agriculture marketing. Your presentation was indeed very engaging and highly enlightening. I thank you very much, sir, for giving us such knowledgeable insights. I am very much thankful to our principal, ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute and webinar convener, Dr. Ruchire Shukla ma'am, for conceptualizing this webinar and her everlasting support and encouragement. I find dearth of words for ma'am for providing much needed guidance and support in organizing this event. We are thankful to Dr. Kailash D. Tandel sir, University Librarian, Navsari Agriculture University, Navsari, for providing us all necessary support and coordinating personally and conducting this webinar live. We are also grateful to Dr. Divakar Singh sir for his kind support and guidance. And we are thankful and grateful to all the participants from students, fraternity, academia, industry who participated from different parts of the country. We are thankful to faculty members from participating institutes for encouraging their students for participating in this webinar. Without your enthusiastic participation, we cannot have ended this event. I would like to thank all the faculty members of ASPI Agribusiness Management Institute for their kind support, and also would like to thank the support and coordination given by IT cell of Navsari Agriculture University. I am thankful to all those at the end who were directly or indirectly involved in making this webinar a grand success. Thank you all for your cooperation and support.
Thank you, our eminent speakers, and also means you how the sessions were, we can see that still now the around 180 participants are on Zoom and many on the YouTube live as well. So the momentum was very strong. I must say that, and I am very thankful on personally to Dr. Kailash Tandel for taking very much interest in the webinar. Actually, we approached him for the Zoom platform, but he himself conducted the whole proceedings of the session. So my special thanks to Dr. Kailash also, and obviously our Vice Chancellor and the eminent speakers. We look forward to such webinars in the future also for the benefit of everyone and for the agribusiness in particular. Thank you very much.
Thank you all. And there is one announcement, and we will share the feedback link on your registered email ID, and through that feedback link, you would be issued certificate within 7 days of this webinar.
Hope so, the speakers will also get a certificate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Surely, sir. Your inputs were very important for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I'll end the session, and on your registered email ID, we'll send the feedback soon.
Thank you.
Can I close?
Yes, sir. Sure.